Good afternoon. Lieutenant General Todd Semonite, 54th Chief of Engineers, and we're on the road again. Today we're in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and we're going to talk a little bit about electricity. Now the main mission of the Corps down here is 4 major points. We're putting in temporary generators to be able to continue to be able to give people power until we get the grid up and running. We've got to do some work on generation. The main mission is to get the transmission towers up and running and get about 6,100 miles of distribution cables strung all around Puerto Rico. I talked about generation. Most of the power plants, 7 gigantic power plants in Puerto Rico, are on average about 44 years old. And there's some gaps in that generation system. And working side by side with FEMA and PREPA, which is the Puerto Rican Power Authority, we identified a solution to one of those gaps. So with me today is Captain Josh Rudd. We're at the Palo Seco facility right here. Josh is the Deputy Project Manager. Josh, tell our core team a little bit, what does the rest of this mission entail, and maybe how did you guys go to set this thing up and get ready for success?
Absolutely, sir. So with the state of this power facility, there was a decline in the amount of electricity flowing to the local grid. And given the state of transmission and distribution lines, they decided that we needed some emergency power here. So that's what we're doing. We brought in 2 large generators, 50 megawatt capacity. We repaired some infrastructure that is existing on site in order to power those generators, which will be a lasting impact to this facility. So that's an impact to this facility that will go on for years after we leave. And the greatest takeaway from this has been the partnership with PREPA. PREPA has been working hand in hand with us to synchronize this highly complicated process. We believe that relationship is going to carry tenfold into the rest of the power restoration mission for months to come.
So Josh, you got a graphic here. Just within a short couple of seconds here, what are we looking at?
So this is the tank that we repaired. It was completely in-op as of 2 months ago. We came on site, we repaired it, and then we installed this red line here as the fuel line that's feeding the generators. These generators are producing electricity to a transformer and a GIS building, which is pushing it out to the transmission lines and the local populace here on the electric grid.
So you basically had fuel already on site. You already have basically the substation here. You just brought in a brand new power plant basically to be able to push back into that transformer and put it back out. Yes. So with me, Tim Gouger, he really is the project manager. Both of these guys are from Omaha, and I'll tell you, the Corps can't do anything with only 1 or 2 districts, but the Omaha district really took the lead in this to be able to make it happen. Tim, the mechanics of how we did this, identify the requirement, you got to go through contracting. As I understand it, this is a monumental feat. Tell some of the Corps leaders here, what are some of the big lessons learned maybe in how we did this?
Well, we had to jump out of a box, no 2 ways about it. 80% of the islands without electricity. There was a great call to action, and we really did. We got the thing awarded within record time, and we're able to get resources on the island to complete this mission in record time as well. We're still commissioning the item, the generator. We had to bring in the resources from the mainland, which means that the gensets themselves were actually barged into the site. We actually flew in a lot of wiring, controls, instrumentation through 4 different airplanes. We had to get them through the port, we had to get them through the airport, we had to get them on site. There were security issues. So there's been a monumental effort, pretty non-stop, since we started the 9th of October in order to be where we are today.
And as I understand it, this is probably one of the fastest installs for this type of a system, all the way from contract through to commissioning that the company's even done, right?
That's exactly right. We are on record pace per APRs, their record of doing this work in the industry, and so they've never done something of this magnitude in the time frame that we're discussing here.
Well, listen to both of you. I just walked the entire power plant and went through. This is amazing. This is a jet engine in an 18-wheeler, and it's the ability to be able to bring all these tractors together, bolt them into a transformer, and to make it work. We got our work cut out for us in Puerto Rico. There's no doubt about it. The governor wants us to continue to go faster. This is a logistics massive effort, but it's leaders like this, it's the committed people in the Corps of Engineers working side by side with our PREPA teammates to be able to make all this happen. And I want to thank both of you. I want to thank the leadership of Omaha and the rest of our team down on the ground. Because somewhere down the road, the people of Puerto Rico deserve reliable power, and it's leaders like you and the people who work for you that are going to make this happen. So, Tim, congratulations, job well done. Josh, I know we got a lot more to do down here, but with guys like you, we got the right team on the ground to be able to make it happen. So from San Juan, Puerto Rico, thanks an awful lot. This is all right on track, and we're doing exactly what we need to do.